Hello, Cryptonauts, and welcome back to another episode of Cryptocurrency Chat. I am your host, Blockchain John, with my co-host, Jake Jabberelli, here to give you the top 10 daily stats, as well as your crypto news of the day. Jake, it's been about, 3 days? 3 days? It feels like forever, though.
Yep.
What's up, man?
Every 3.5 days we do a podcast.
I know.
So,
It feels like forever. This week, it just like, wow. It's one of those weeks that just for me, I'm overwhelmed.
This week has been really long too. I mean, it is only Wednesday, and it feels like it's been 2 weeks. Every day has been 3 days for me. So, and it has nothing to do with Bitcoin's drop. It's nothing to do with that at all. I've just been insanely busy lately. So I'm kind of glad to have a mental break and do this fun thing for an hour. Anyways, regarding that content, this content in particular is entertainment, believe it or not, is absolutely entertaining to those of you out there. And any comments made by John or myself or any guest on this show is not financial advice. Back to you, John.
All right. Cool. Yeah. Let's get started with the top 10 daily stats. Starting off with Bitcoin. Actually, let's refresh that page. How about that? Let's do that real quick. There we go.
Refresh that.
Yep. Starting off with Bitcoin with $49,584.81 with a 7-day loss of 13.2%. Obviously, because we had a crypto Black Friday, right, last week.
Black Friday means you're supposed to be in the black, not the red.
And then we have Ethereum at number 2, settling at $4,372.27 with a 7-day loss of 4.7%. And a market cap of $518 billion. Oh, by the way, the market cap for Bitcoin is $936 billion. All right, number 3, Binance Coin settling at $601.80 with a 7-day loss of 4.1% and a market cap of $101 billion. Number 4, Tether settling at $1 with a no gain, no loss. Market cap is at $77 billion. Number 5, Solana settling at $189.56 with a whopping gobs and 7-day loss of 17.4% and a market cap of $58 billion. Number 6, Cardano settling at $1.37 with a 7-day loss of 11.6% and a market cap of $43 billion. Number 7, USD coin settling at 99 cents with a 7-day loss of 0.3% and a market cap of $40 billion. Number 8, XRP settling at 84 cents with a 7-day loss of 14.6% and a market cap of $39, pretty much $40 billion. Number 9, Polkadot settling at $28.87 with a whopping and gobs 7-day loss of 21.3% and a market cap of $30 billion. And last but not least, Terra settling at $75.39 with a 7-day gain of gobs of 17.2% and a market cap of $28 billion. It is going up. All right. What you think about that there, Jake?
Yeah, it's actually kind of interesting to see how much Solana has fallen kind of on the same scale as Bitcoin. Once you get into the top 10, you kind of flow with Bitcoin, unless you're Shiba Inu or Terra in this case. But yeah, there's the stable coins. Obviously, they're relatively stable, and everything else is falling at least 5 to 15%. But yeah, Polkadot took a hard dive, and Solana took a hard dive. But even though Solana fell a lot, it's still kind of right there between Tether and Cardano. It's not like it's, USD coin and Cardano are pretty close together along with XRP. And there's about a $10 billion difference between XRP and Polkadot. But then Terra is really close to Polkadot. And if Polkadot keeps falling, Terra is going to jump to position 9.
Mm-hmm.
The other thing that's interesting is see Polygon doing so well, even though it's down there in position 14.
Where is it? There it is. Okay. Yeah. Wow. That's actually going up, huh? And you said that's pegged to Terra? Or no?
No. Avalanche, Terra, and Solana are all in the same grouping.
Interesting. Okay. Nice. All right. Let's go to your overall total market cap at $2.48 trillion, up by 2.2%. And as you notice here, the Bitcoin market cap dominance is down by a lot, 37.86%. I would confidently say that this is altcoin season. Don't be fooled.
Yeah.
This is
Yeah.
altcoin
ETH
season.
is over 20% of the market. It's to 21 right now.
Where's ETH at? Right here, 21%. Wow, gobs and gobs, just taking it. Just wow. Okay, collect your candies. Hit this little candy jar up here, and I've already collected my candies of the day. Got over 10 grand of candies in my candy jar there. Obviously, you can get your awesome rewards here. You go to rewards and get your awesome free stuff here. If you want some digital books, which I have these here, or if you want some discount stuff, here you go. All right, back to you, Jake.
Yep. Well, we appreciate everybody listening. And if you're watching on YouTube, please like our videos if you do. And you can always subscribe. We hit the notification bell if you want to hear from our posts. We update every Wednesday and Sunday. You can check us out on Discord or on Twitter Live Spaces, which John has been participating a lot more with. But there actually is a lot of stuff going on Discord. And just as a little quick note on that, you can get into the C3 Media Economy channel in the Discord, and you can get C3 Media tokens, which we give away if you do work or participate. There's a lot of people that have gotten these tokens over the ages, and they do have a tiny little value. That is participation value. We're also on Patreon if you'd like to donate there. We have a $3, $5, and $10 donation level, and the higher the level you go, the more content you get. You can also donate, if you don't want to do it that way, through Bitcoin, Ethereum, Binance, BAT, and now Raven, which we've technically always had available, but we weren't mentioning in the past. So Bitcoin, Ethereum, Binance, BAT, or Basic Attention Token, and Raven coin is accepted as well. I have everything in the description below.
Yep. By the way, that C3 Economy, I'm going to test out the Discord market this weekend to see how it works properly. So, yeah, if anybody's interested, come hit me up in Discord. Just test it out.
Yep. Join us in Discord and check that stuff out.
Yeah. All right, let's head on over to decrypt.co for your daily news. First news of the day, written by Jason Nelson. Technically, it's the last news of the day, right? Because we're going backwards.
Yeah. Most recent news of the day.
Most recent news of the day. Libertarian magazine Reason gets in on Ethereum NFTs. Bitcoin has deep roots within libertarianism. Now the predominant political philosophy predominant publication is getting more hands-on with crypto. In conjunction with its annual Webathon fundraising event, Reason magazine has auctioned an Ethereum NFT on the OpenSea marketplace. Founded in May 1968, Reason is a libertarian magazine focused on free markets and individual freedom. More than a few posts take both Wall Street and world governments to task for abuses of power. Reason sees Bitcoin as a tool to fight back. Recent pieces have defended Bitcoin against charges that it wastes electricity, pointed out how it might defeat Latin America socialism, and even argued that it could stomp out Wall Street fraud. Reason is the latest publication to use NFTs to fundraise and draw awareness through the digital art form. It joins magazines such as Fortune, Time, Rolling Stone, The Economist, and Playboy. James Siebel, Chief Technology Officer at Recur, won the NFT, which features the four hosts of the Reason Roundtable podcast with a bid of 0.75 wrapped ETH, around $3,300. Owning it, Siebel told Decrypt, creates a connection between myself and the other institution, which is the voice of reason in a media landscape dominated by partisans, bias, and basic misunderstandings of facts. And what is that? A tweet? This is a tweet from Reason. Reason editor at large Nick Gillespie. Gillespie told Decrypt the idea of an NFT came from CFO John Graff, but it could have just as easily emanated from any number of editorial staffers. It's really in Reason's DNA. Anything that works to decentralize and disperse and kind of diffuse power throughout a system. Gillespie told Decrypt. Gillespie's own interest in cryptocurrency goes all the way back to reading the Bitcoin white paper from pseudonymous creator Satoshi Nakamoto in 2008. It seems like the demonstration project of how technology can radically alter the status quo without permission or pleading, he said. NFT, the blockchain-based tokens that signify ownership in a linked asset, are building on top of that. Gillespie says NFTs make us think differently, harder and better about post-scarcity future in which we can all have virtually everything we want but still desire status. When NFTs first emerged, I immediately loved the concept because it blows apart a century-old dichotomy between uniqueness and ubiquity in a way that are worth exploring, Gillespie said. Reason says all proceeds from the sale of the NFT will go to the Reason Foundation and magazine's publisher. Thanks in part of the NFT sale, it has already passed its original fundraising goal of $420,000, $420. Gillespie said Reason might look to create a series of NFTs featuring other team members in a future, and even if the digital collectibles turn out to be a fad, it's fun and exciting to continue the legacy of the cypherpunks Reason has chronicled. Said Gillespie, we are totally at the dot matrix printer stage of the world of what NFTs can offer, far beyond 8-bit versions of things that exist in meat space. Really, really exciting. Correction.
Meat space.
Yeah, meat space. Yeah, I don't know who even came up with that. Correction. Gillespie read.
That was the last. That was it. That was the last. I can't think it was last time we did the podcast.
We did, I know, but who came up with that whole meat space thing?
I can't remember who it was. Some editor person said meat space.
Meat space.
Said it's the metaverse.
The metaverse, right? Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, so, metaverse was coined recently to make fun of the metaverse because it's just switching the A and the T around.
Yeah, there was a correction in this article that Gillespie actually read the Satoshi's white paper in 2018, not in 2008. All right. Yeah.
Alrighty. Continuing on with some crypto CEO went to Congress and got a warm welcome, apparently.
What? Is this
Jeff
the
John Roberts? Yeah, exactly. Top executives from Coinbase, Circle, and 4 other cryptocurrency firms appeared before members of Congress on Wednesday, an event that in past years would have triggered indignation and scoldings. Instead, crypto execs were greeted with curiosity and even encouragement. Sacrilege! The 5-hour hearing took place before the U.S. House Committee on Financial Services, where 6 CEOs, including Sam Bankman-Fried of FTX, testified about the growing importance of crypto and the industry's desire for regulation. Not really, but he talked about it. While such hearings in the past have focused almost entirely about the criminal use of Bitcoin, Wednesday's session saw members inquire about everything from the security advantages of blockchain technology, thank God, to the potential for crypto to provide greater financial inclusion. Web3 can empower anyone, said Rep. Anthony Gonzalez, Republican of the Ohio State, using a relatively new term that describes an emerging stack of applications that don't rely on a centralized authority to function. It almost sounds like he's talking about killing himself, because, that's what the U.S. government is. Gonzalez and others repeatedly invoked the prospect of the U.S. losing out on crypto-related innovation as a result of cumbersome regulation, and asked if the industry would benefit more from a cohesive policy from the U.S. government. I think they would. The crypto CEO unsurprisingly agreed with the sentiment and urged Congress to clarify the overlapping jurisdictions between agencies like the SEC and CFTC, and to allow companies like Circle, which has issued more than $30 billion in stablecoins, to come into existing banking system. The committee members, crypto executives, also noted on numerous occasions that other countries, including Canada, have allowed products like a Bitcoin ETF, even as the U.S. continues to bar them. If a whole bunch of customers want to buy a Bitcoin ETF, why won't we let them? Asked Rep. Brian Steele, Republican of Wisconsin, who then asked Elisa Haas, Coinbase's CFO and U.S. CEO, if the company had asked the SEC for details about why the agency has told it why it can't issue a lending product tied to stablecoins, tokens that are pegged to fiat currencies such as the dollar. We have asked if, and we still do not have clarity on why our product can't proceed, replied Haas. Some Democrats on the committee took a more skeptical view of the crypto industry, with Rep. Rashid Tlaib, Democrat of Minnesota, no, that's Michigan, sorry, asking about Bitcoin's mining's growing carbon footprint, while Rep. Sylvia Garcia, Democrat of Texas, and Alma Davis, Democrat of North Carolina, both pressed the companies to provide data about diversity in their corporate ranks and user base, a request to which every CEO agreed. But even as they expressed such concerns, the Democratic members praised the potential for crypto and blockchain wallets to provide lower cost alternatives to existing banking system. Rep. Richie Torres, Democrat, New York, who represents one of the country's poorest districts in the South Bronx, described how crypto offered a cheaper and faster way for many of his constituents to send remittance payments. Meanwhile, both Republicans and Democrats raised concerns about whether quantum computing may pose a threat to blockchain security and whether crypto might undermine the US dollar as the world's reserve currency. I think it's already undermining itself, honestly, though while also expressing support for technological potential of crypto. There's not a whole lot more here. Only one member of the committee, Rep. Brad Sherman, Democrat of California, broke into the cordial tone of the hearing, mocking the crypto industry for adopting a vibe of stick to the man, while allegedly receiving support from powerful Wall Street interests. Sherman also blasted Coinbase for sending Haas rather than its top executive Brian Armstrong, suggesting that Armstrong would eventually have to experience hearings like the one Congress has meted out to Facebook CEO Mark Zuckerberg. While Sherman's withering attitude toward crypto would have become in Congress even 3 years ago, his comportment, on Wednesday made him an outlier among the members of the committee. The tenor of the hearing won praise from many in the crypto community, who have often expressed frustration with perceived hostility and lack of Congress. These Congress people are surprisingly informed. It is not immediately clear that the upshot of Wednesday's hearing, what the upshot of Wednesday's hearing will be, though several members of the committee declared that they would be working on bills to streamline crypto regulation and support the industry. The rules of the road for Web3 can be bipartisan, said Jake, with the last name I can't pronounce, from Democrat of Maine.
Auchincloss?
So, pardon?
Is it Auchincloss?
Auchincloss or Auchincloss? I think it's Auchincloss, but
yeah.
Jake and I have a similar name. Anyways, I think this is encouraging. I'm glad to see that, ironically, both sides of the aisle seem to be in favor of this to some degree. I think, to me, as a cynic and a skeptic of this, it just has to do with the fact that it's all about money, and Congress likes money.
That is true. Just pay them already, okay? Next news article.
Once they figure out how to vote, themselves a raise, you can't stop them.
Oh yeah. Next news written by Jeff Benson. Kickstarter goes crypto to compete with DAOs. DAOs have been called the new GoFundMe or Kickstarter. Well,
fund yourself.
Well, what if Kickstarter is the new DAO? The crowdfunding platform is creating a new organization tasked with building a blockchain-based version of its platform. The new organization, which does not yet have a name, should begin developing the platform early next year. Kickstarter plans to switch over to the new platform when the protocol is ready. It's aiming for 2022, per reporting from Bloomberg. We think bringing all that we've learned about crowdfunding since 2009 to inform the development of a decentralized protocol will open up exciting new opportunities for creative projects to come to life. Founder Perry Chen and CEO Azizi Hassan wrote today. In the coming weeks, a white paper will be released outlining the technology and plans for the protocol. Kickstarter was one of the original web-based fundraising platforms. It works like this. Someone has an idea, but they need money to make it a reality. Rather than losing equity to venture capital firms or take out an interest-laden loan from the bank, they use Kickstarter to pitch their idea to the what is that? Hullabaloo?
Hullabaloo.
Hullabaloo? I don't know. If people want the idea to become reality, they can pledge money to it, typically in exchange for eventual versions of the product and some bonus goodies. Essentially, they pre-order it. Peloton, now a publicly traded company, produced its first bike using Kickstarter. The Oculus virtual reality headset, now owned by Facebook parent company Meta, started off on the platform as well. But decentralized autonomous organizations may be eating into Web2 platforms' market shares. Like crowdfunding platforms, DAOs can also be used as mechanisms for pooling money together. Wink, wink, Jake. Hey, that's all you.
Sorry, I just realized what you had said earlier that it's a hoi polloi, not
Hoi polloi.
that you were trying to pronounce before. I can't remember exactly what it means, but it's something like the common people or the masses, the hoi polloi.
Hmm.
So
Good to know. Like crowdfunding platforms, DAO can also be used as a mechanism for pooling money together to buy something, whether that's a copy of the U.S. Constitution at auction, an NBA team, or a collectible NFTs. DAOs raise millions by selling their own digital tokens, typically via the Ethereum blockchain that represents voting shares. The more tokens you have, the more sway over the DAO's decision you have. DAOs have a few potential advantages over legacy platforms. For starter, fees. Kickstarter takes 5% of all funds raised. That's after grabbing 3 to 5% in payment processing fees per pledge. Blockchain tech has the potential to cut down on those numbers by making payments more efficient, though it's not without complications. First of all, not on the Ethereum platform, okay? No. No.
no, no.
All right. While DAO members don't tithe to their organization, they do have to cover on-chain transaction fees. Ethereum rates over the past year make take look tiny. Yeah, that's true. Kickstarters won't be using Ethereum. It's opted for Celo. Hey, Celo, due to its carbon
Yay,
negative.
Cello.
Due to its carbon negative blockchain platform, the company intends to establish a governance lab run separately from the current and new platform. Wow. Hey, that's interesting. Nice.
I'm glad they're using Cello. That's going to make my Cello worth more.
Yeah. Very nice. Very nice.
It's not financial advice, but Cello does have a stable coin. If you're interested, you can put your money in that, but still you do your own research.
Mm-mm.
I hate having to say that. I really do. I wish I could just say buy this stuff, and no one's going to come back and sue me. I really wish I could do that, but the only reason people do these stupid disclaimers all the time is because people are like, hey, you gave me financial advice and I wasted all my money. I'm going to sue your ass. Even technically, that people could still technically sue us, and I don't know why they do that, but I don't know why a lot of people do a lot of things. So,
It's a phenomenon.
continuing on, Bitcoin crash. Ooh, I think everyone who's involved in coin at this moment is probably pretty aware of this. Most people listening to the podcast are probably quite aware of what we're talking about. So, Bitcoin crash marked second largest single day BTC futures liquidation there. Dun dun dun. This is by Stacy Elliott. Thank you, Stacy's mom. I'm sorry, Stacy Elliott. In only a few hours on Saturday, $5.4 billion of Bitcoin futures contracts were liquidated, draining the market of 25% of its value. According to Glassnode's weekly report, it was the second largest single day change in the futures market this year, because now we have futures in Bitcoin.
Mm-hmm.
Behind the massive sell-off of May 19th, it was only a week ago that Glassnode found futures trading was on the rise. Chicago-based CME derivatives market accounted for 20% of global volume. But when open interest rises, it can lay the groundwork for a lot of volatility. You'd think that would be normal in Bitcoin. Open interest refers to outstanding futures or options contracts that have yet to be settled. Options function as their name suggests, giving the buyer the option to buy an asset at a predetermined price when the contract expires. Futures are more binding, locking the buyer into buying an asset at a predetermined price when the contract expires. Both the types of derivative contracts can be used to speculate on price movement or as a hedge, allowing the buyer to recoup some portion of their losses if the underlying asset, in this case Bitcoin, moves in an unfavorable direction. Leverage position, so called because investors can place these bets with a relatively small amount of capital, can cause big market swings when prices fall. The chain of contract closures on Saturday amounted to a total rents of 58,202 BTC in value, Glassnode writes in its report. In BTC denomination, this liquidation was the second largest single-day change in the futures open interest in 2021, tested only by the historic sell-off of May 19, which totaled 79,244 Bitcoin. And then there is a chart here to give you an idea of what that's like. But you probably watched it, so you probably know. Other notable big market swings in open interest were May 12th, the day Tesla said it would no longer accept Bitcoin as payment. July 26th, when a short squeeze helped reverse the prices of the summer doldrums. A short squeeze occurs when investors who have shorted an asset, or bet against it, that is, liquidate their position to cut their losses. The squeeze usually begins when the price rises unexpectedly. The liquidated short positions accelerate the rate at which an asset price rises, which of course leads more people to abandon their short positions. Wash, rinse, repeats. Anyways, this is kind of what happened to people who were betting against AMC and against GameStop, if you were watching that. The other day for significant open interest movement occurred on September 7th, when Bitcoin officially became legal tender in El Salvador, according to Glassnode. But even a big drop in open interest can spur other activity. That's why Glassnode has said previously that it's worth keeping an eye on the derivatives market. For example, last week's sell-off was accompanied by the second highest hourly options volume, 1.7 billion per hour, since the mid-May sell-off. That sounds like a bunch of financial legal speak or financial jargon. It is, but those of you who know, you know. I don't know if I can explain it any more simply than what was explained here. This is close enough to being very basic for those who are not heavily involved in futures trading. So,
not financial advice. All right, next news written by Andrew Hayward. Reddit looks to expand Ethereum crypto rewards to more communities. Reddit first dabbled in Ethereum-based crypto token rewards 2 years ago, but has chartered a deliberate path towards scaling the program. Finally, the popular online discussion community appears to be ready to expand the initiative to a potentially much larger audience. Today, the site launched a new website for its community points beta program and opened up a waitlist form, which lets users and moderators alike request and feature for their communities or subreddit. Users can earn community points in eligible subreddits by posting and engaging in discussions. The crypto points have a value within each respective community and can be used to purchase features or engage in community governance. But they can also potentially be swapped for other cryptocurrencies or tokens at exchanges, or used for other external purposes. Community points are the first step towards a different future for online communities. Reddit's site reads, "These token lives on the blockchain," which means they are truly owned by the community. Over time, your community will benefit from even greater control and independence on and out of Reddit. It's an ambitious project, albeit one with modest origins. Reddit's first launched Ethereum-based community points in the r/ETH Trader subreddit as ERC20 tokens, donuts, in December 2019, and then rolled out the program and points to just two other subreddits, r/cryptocurrency, moons, and r/Fortnite bricks in May 2020 in Ethereum testnet. All told, there are more than 3 million subreddits today. Figuring out how to expand the program to reach more and more communities has been a multi-stage process for Reddit, which held a scaling bake-off competition in August 2020 to find an Ethereum scaling solution. Ultimately, this past July, Reddit picked Ethereum layer 2 solution Arbitrum. Nice. Okay. When Reddit will ultimately launch community points on Arbitrum and scale the program remains to be seen, but the wait list is the first big step forward in months. Reddit is also working on building an NFT marketplace. if a detailed job listing from October is any indication. Okay, awesome. It's been a
Good to
while.
see Reddit doing this.
Yeah.
Reddit's always been a promoter of crypto ever since they allowed people to, um, promote other people's posts in Doge, which I used to do a long time ago. So, continuing on with Aku World, or Aku, is it Aku or Aku?
Aku.
Aku World, I'm going to say Aku. Ethereum NFT sensation to immersive art and Basel experience by Andrew Hayward. Aku has rapidly become a standout in the rising NFT space, created by former MLB player Micah Johnson. The young black space explorer has leapt from a series of Ethereum NFTs to a film and TV deal, a digital trip to the International Space Station, and a partnership between Johnson and financial services giant Visa. The original NFT character's biggest adventure yet arguably took place last week in Miami, where Johnson partnered with crypto exchange FTX to bring his journey to life in Aku World, Miami, an experimental installation running during the annual Art Basel Expo. In a large venue in Miami's vibrant Wynwood Art District, Aku World delivered an immersive experience punctuated by an enormous recreation of the boy's helmet that attendees could enter to view video footage of his intergalactic journeys. The walls within the cavernous 30,000 square foot space similarly showcased colorful 360-degree planetary locales. And here is a video on that.
I'm going to play that real quick. Hold on a second. Let me see. It's a few seconds here. Okay. Not even sure what to describe because there's just so much going on here.
Just visual.
Yeah.
And that's about it. Not much to it. Johnson told Decrypt that the oversized helmet let visitors experience Aku's quest from character's own viewpoint. He likened the experience to the rise of coming metaverse, the growing Web3 native digital world that is being created around NFTs, the unique blockchain-based tokens that function like deeds of ownership over digital items. Sounds so classic. Aku can travel from digital realm to digital realm, said Johnson of the kid who is very confident in this digital world and sees the physical world as important. Hopefully it is. The helmet shows people the places you can go. Elsewhere, the installation featured physical artwork from Johnson and other black artists, including Floyd Strickland and the late Jean-Michel Basquiat. I hope I pronounced his name correctly. It also has a space for a series of panel discussions between Johnson, rapper Pusha T, and singer Kehlani. I don't know all these names, and I apologize if I'm butchering them. And various creators and builders from across the country, actually crypto industry rather. Kehlani performed at the 3-day event, as well as Pusha T designed merchandise along fashion designers Alia May and Jerome Lamar. Johnson said that the rapper has been a supporter of Aku since before the first NFT drop, and that the other designers were similarly keen on the opportunity to get involved in Aku's story. Getting one of those people to do something with their project would be cool, but having all three of them involved in this is really powerful. He said, "We didn't have to twist their arm. They saw Aku They saw Aku and they knew how passionate I was about getting the message of what's possible to the world." Steve Kripp covered in August a piece of Aku artwork orbited the Earth in an International Space Station server. Johnson first developed the character after his 4-year-old nephew asked his mother, "Can astronauts be black?" Johnson created a representation that he wanted to see in the world, but said that Aku doesn't have to be tied to NFTs alone. I never saw Aku as an NFT project at all. I just realized NFTs to orchestrate an audience, utilize an audience, and really create an alignment. He said, I see Aku as a generational character that is very mainstream. On NFT collection ultimately introduced Aku to the world, Johnson told Decrypt that the goal for Aku World Miami was to create an experience around the character without focusing too much on the tech behind the original collectibles. I wanted to do something on a large scale because I knew Art Basel was going to be the NFT event of the year, he explained. I really want to show that we can utilize NFTs to get it to a place like this and to be able to do something of this magnitude. Even so, NFTs remain a key draw for attendees, particularly those who wanted to pick up an exclusive collectible at the event. FTX had a wallet creation station to help newcomers onboard into crypto, plus Aku World had a 4D scanner that could create a model of attendees to generate an interactive Aku theme metaverse avatar in the form of an NFT. And there is another video on Twitter. That or no?
Oops. Yeah, I got it. I got it going. That's pretty much it.
Looks a lot like Decentraland, actually. Johnson said that that he plans to bring the Aku World installation to other cities in the future, along with further work building out the NFT universe and driving value back into the community. It has been a whirlwind year for the former baseball player turned professional artist, but he sees even brighter days ahead for his NFT fueled creation. It's a testament to the community, he said. It takes massive company years and decades to build something special or get character growth. We can expedite that through Web3. Kind of a fascinating ideal. I hope that this goes everywhere he plans it to go.
Aku. Remember that. Remember that. 5 years down the road, Aku.
Aku.
All right. Next news, written by Jeff John Roberts. Foundry launches Bitcoin mining rig marketplace. Bitcoin mining has undergone a massive transformation in the last year as a crackdown in China has led much of the industry to relocate to North America. That's one reason Foundry, a fast-growing U.S. mining company, is launching a new market to match buyers and sellers of used Bitcoin mining rigs.
That's cool.
Called Foundry X. The new service promises to act as an eBay of sorts for the mining industry, tapping into its relationship with hundreds of buyers and sellers and serving as a reliable middleman for a business once known for secretive or dodgy practices. People want transparency, said Jeff Berkey, Foundry VPs of Business and Development, who told Decrypt that buying Bitcoin mining rigs has historically required an act of faith revolving around wire transfers to China.
Yep.
Foundry, which also operates a mining pool and runs machines of its own, says it has facilitated over $125 million in equipment sales in 2021, and that it has secured over 40,000 machines for delivery through 2022. In the early days of Bitcoin, people would mine it using home laptops or even cell phones. By 2015, however, Bitcoin's growth popularity required would-be miners to obtain additional computing power in the form of specialized machines built with custom chips. Today, those machines typically cost thousands or tens of thousands of dollars and are produced by two China-based manufacturers, Bitmain and MicroBT. According to Foundry CEO Mike Collier, China's crackdown on crypto has targeted domestic activities, but not the manufacture of machines for export. But Collier added that the crackdown has led to a scramble as Chinese miners have sought to move their machines out of the country or sell them to buyers in other countries, including in the U.S. This has led to an opportunity for Foundry as it helps both buyers and sellers navigate those tricky process of shipping mining rigs halfway across the world. While Foundry is less than 2 years old, it has grown rapidly. The company initially focused on its own mining Bitcoin operations, but soon expanded to help the North American firms obtain and finance equipment. And in February, launched a pool that has emerged as one of the world's biggest. A subsidiary of the giant crypto conglomerate digital currency group, Foundry is also serving a strategic role for its parent company by cross-selling financial and administrative services offered by Genesis, another DCG company, to its mining clients. Well,
Necessarily a great thing to be the biggest pool, but I could definitely see after B pool closed why they could become that. And F2 pool and B pool, I believe, are both Chinese, and they were both shut down by the Chinese government, so they're gone.
really now.
Yeah, I mean, I've used F2 pool, but I haven't used B pool. Nevertheless, they were huge.
Yeah, well, F2 pool I think was one of the first ones that I've used when I first got into Bitcoin years ago, gobs and gobs and gobs of years ago.
Index Coop DAO raises 2.25 million and years 500 million in managed assets. That they think they're impressive. By Jason Nelson. There are a few ways to invest in crypto. Throwing darts. Yeah, that's one way. Buying whatever coin Elon Musk tweets about that week. Or snatching up tokens you read about on Telegram. You could also read about it other places besides Telegram. But anyways, Index Cooperative DAO, Decentralized Autonomous Organization, thinks sourcing the wisdom of the crypto in crowd is a better way. And it's raising money to scale up its investment strategy. Index Group, which launched in October of last year to build and manage crypto indexes, announced today it raised 2.25 million in a round led by Sequoia Capital India, Blockchain Ventures, and White Star Capital. This latest fundraise brings its reported total funding to 10 million, following an earlier seed round of 7.75 million led by Mike Novogratz, Galaxy Digital, and 1KX. Index Coop, or just technically Index Co-op, just not hyphenated, works a bit like an asset manager such as Vanguard or Merrill Lynch. It creates a basket of cryptocurrencies mixing wrapped Bitcoin, Ethereum, and others that people can invest in. But instead of a Wall Street associate collaborating with the index, it's the DAO's members, and rather, who cast the votes in the $index tokens. Index Co-op's or Coop's most popular product with a market cap of nearly $190 million is the ETH2X Flexible Leverage Index, which includes compound Ether and stablecoin USDC. Since its launch, the DAO, which is really more of a decentralized asset manager called a DAM, damn it anyways, has accumulated hundreds of millions of assets under management, briefly surpassing a $500 million mark before the recent crypto correction brought its war chest closer to $400 million. Yeah, 25%. Well, 20%. We really see our mission is bringing safe, effective investing to everyone in the world. Simon Judd, Index Cooperative Business Development Working Group Lead, told Decrypt, that's a long name. It's so easy for people to jump into crypto and just start chasing trends, chasing coins. It's not doing it in a really effective way. Really, that's what it is, right? I mean, everybody needs to lose money in crypto, so they know don't sell your crypto. Judd said that although the DAO has a community of over 6,000 members on its Discord server, its core team tasked with daily operations and being paid by the DAO is around 100. The money raised will go toward expanding its full-time team and making certain the protocol remains financially stable. In addition to the ETH2X Flexible Leverage Index, Index Co-op offers 5 other products: DeFi Pulse Index, DPI, Metaverse Index, MVI, Bankless BED Index, or BED, BTC2X Flexible Leverage Index, or FLEA BTC, and Data Economy Index, or DATA. What Judd says, the newcomers can stick to a few basics. What we found is every time we onboard family or friends of normal people, muggles, into crypto, we're telling them to buy Bitcoin or Ethereum or buy DPI to get exposure. It's probably smarter than throwing darts and seeing what sticks. This depends on what you're throwing the darts at, but still. I'm kind of for this. I'm kind of against it. I'm kind of for it in the sense that it does bring crypto muggles into the fold, but it does it in such a way as to kind of alleviate them from the pain of losing 25% of their portfolio, which will still happen, but probably less painfully. So it's just people are just like, well, I don't really want to lose a lot of money. I have a lot of money to lose. Can I invest $25? Yes, you can, but you should totally buy Bitcoin or totally buy Ethereum. Not financial advice. Nevertheless, we're reading about financial advice.
Yeah.
You can blame these people if they lose your money.
It's all them, not us. All right, next news. Written by, what is this? Stephen Graves. Australia to bring crypto out of the shadows with new regulatory framework. As a part of the sweeping modernization of Australia's payment system, the Australian government will overhaul the regulatory framework around cryptocurrency exchanges, noting that over 800,000 Australians have owned a form of cryptocurrency. Treasurer Josh Frydenberg said that the government is broadening out of the definition of the services and the products that can be regulated in an interview with 7 News Australia. And there's a video clip there. We're taking this area out of the shadows and bringing it into a considered regulatory framework, which is world-leading, said Frydenberg, adding that we want those businesses that are buying and selling cryptocurrencies to be properly licensed in order to provide greater certainty and security to those people who are transacting in that area. According to Reuters, the Australian government will begin consultation on establishing a licensing framework for digital exchanges in early 2022 and will consult on regulating businesses that hold crypto on behalf of their customers. Australia's Treasury will also work alongside the country's central bank on a CBDC, central bank digital currency. Frydenberg's announcement comes in the wake of a collapse of Australia-based crypto exchange MyCrypto Wallet, which called in the firm SV Partners on Wednesday to liquidate its assets and deal with creditors. The move follows several months of reports that the users of the exchange were unable to access their funds, according to the Australian Financial Review. It's not the first Australian crypto exchange to go under this year. In October, Melbourne-based firm Blockchain Global Limited, operators of the crypto exchange ACX, collapsed into administration, owing creditors $21 million, per the Sydney Morning Herald.
It's probably 21 million Australian dollars, which is slightly different than 21 US dollars. Yeah, I'm glad to see Australian doing it too.
Everybody's adopting it, man. I told all my friends, all my families and strangers, I was that crazy guy. It's like, no, man, that digital money, it's never gonna get anywhere. It's never going anywhere, man. It's gonna just go under. It's the dark web's money, dark money. It's like, no, it's going to be adopted by the masses. You'll see big time institutional investors into it. There's going to be a day in the future where you're going to go pay gas with your crypto. They're like, it was so beyond their imagination. Like, dude, you're going to pay crypto. Like, you're going to get gas. It's not going to be with fiat. It's going to be with a crypto-based card or your phone. Tap to pay.
You can do it with BitPay right now. So
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. All right.
Scott Chipolina. Bitcoin mining added to a list of industry-facing energy caps in Iceland. That green place. Sorry, it's a place where people live. Greenland, nobody lives there. Iceland is suffering a power shortage, prompting the country to cap supplies to some industries deemed to be surplus requirement, per Bloomberg. The country's principal utility provider, name I'm going to now butcher, Landsfigrum, is reportedly reducing supplies to aluminium, British pronunciation, smelters, data centers, fish meal factories, and Bitcoin miners. Damn you! Oh, wait. According to the vice president of sales to customer service at Landsfigrum, I'm butchering again, Tina, another name I'm going to butcher, Throut's Dothler, record demand played a key role in the decision. or maybe it's Tina, I don't know. This is the latest in a long line of challenges for the Bitcoin mining industry in the Nordic region, which has been hesitant to allow previous renewable energy resources to be taken up by the crypto industry. Iceland, Scandinavia, and Bitcoin. Bitcoin miners have descended on Iceland and other Nordic countries in pursuit of cheap electricity. To date, companies like Hive Blockchain, Genesis Mining, and Bitfury have established a presence in Iceland. Despite the country's attractiveness, the country's energy officials are less than keen to embrace Bitcoin. Just a second. All right. There could be a very little excess energy in 2021 and 2022, warned HODL. Is it Hoarder? Just like the guy from Game of Thrones? Mm-hmm. HODL Arnason, Landviksen's CEO, earlier this year. Because of the climate issues, I'm not going to read it in his voice, sorry. We see a lot of very interesting segments that are growing rapidly, and several of them need electricity. Elsewhere in the Nordic region, that very trend has prompted officials to go as far as banning energy-intensive crypto mining. Oh boy, here's another one. Finanzspektinonen.
Wow, that's a long one. Let me try.
Long word.
Finanzspektinonen. Wow.
Yeah, Finanzspektinonen. The financial. I'm terrible with my Slavic or Nordic languages. My apologies to all those who speak those languages. The Financial Supervisory Authority in Sweden did just that in November of this year. Sweden needs renewable energy targeted by crypto asset producers for the climate essential services, and increased by the use by miners threatens our ability to meet the Paris Agreement, the regulator said at the time. He didn't even want to say his name. Adding the energy intensive mining of crypto assets should therefore be prohibited. And I'm getting my tongue tied just by trying to say these words. The Swedish regulator is not the only one calling for a tougher stance on crypto mining, even if that mining utilizes green energy. We've been saying this for a long time. You cannot sustainably waste resources. Using renewables for crypto mining is no solution, Digiconomist founder Alex DeVries previously told Decrypt. He's not wrong. There is one, however, use, give me a second. Let's wait. That I find to be a particularly good use of renewable resources when they can't be collected any other way. And this is years ago when I first got into mining, 2014. The local utility for electricity, who shall not be named, I should say PG&E, who shall not be named. No, anyways, they will only pay you a certain amount if you put certain amount of solar on your house. You can only get so much cashed out, and it wouldn't be at market rates. So I encourage many people and help them set up mining equipment on their homes. If you had too much solar on your house because you had a lot of money and you wanted to put a lot into solar, but you still wanted to get some of that money paid back, just put it into mining. Just use that extra solar as mining, because the local utility is not going to give you the proper amount of money for it. So that is a perfectly good use of renewable resources for crypto. It is an attempt to actually recoup the cost that the local utility will not give you. So I get how they say it at a global scale or a national scale. This seems like a waste, but it's your prerogative. If you want to put your energy into that purpose, put your energy to that purpose. Now, these are businesses, not individuals. And if the government's like, well, we don't really want to waste energy on this, I kind of see it, but it's kind of funny for the first time to see a more liberal perspective say no to new technology. So.
All right, let's go to the next news written by Jeff John Roberts. Crypto CEOs testified before Congress. 6 things to watch.
Didn't we already talk about this?
No.
Yeah, this is like the first article I read.
What? No, it's up here.
Remember?
You're at the one up here. I'm reading the one down here. By Crypto CEO.
We already talked about this. We already talked about CEOs going over for Congress.
Oh, okay. It's the same thing then, right? Oh, yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right. It is. All right, then I guess just one more because I think that's the last one down here. Unless there's something else. Okay, I'll read this one
Visa
while you look.
launches crypto.
You want to try to see if there's another one out there while I read this one?
Okay.
All right. Last news for this day. Written by Andrew S. Mokov. Visa launches crypto consultation services amid uptick in client interest. Visa is diving deeper into the world of digital assets after it unveiled a new cryptocurrency consulting arm. The financial services giant hopes that the new initiative will facilitate mass adoption of Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies, as well as help its clients navigate the pitfalls of the fast-growing sector. We've seen a material shift in our clients' mindset in the last year, from a desire to explore and experiment with crypto to actually building a strategy and product roadmap. Carl Rutstein, global head of Visa Consulting and Analytics, said in a statement. According to the company, understanding the crypto ecosystem is a vital first step for financial institutions eager to attract or retain customers with crypto offerings. Retailers looking to delve into non-fungible tokens, NFTs, or central banks exploring digital currencies, CBDCs. This is where Visa's crypto advisory practice, as the new arm is called, comes in, willing to offer expertise in crypto-related areas, evaluate opportunities, and develop concrete strategies. Okay, side tangent, aside from this news article, is that Visa has actually been producing very high-quality quarterly reports in regards to crypto to their investors. They do a really good job. So if you can get your hands on those articles, they're very, very good.
Not financial advice.
No. I mean, just read the information that they're providing. What they give is just like knowledge base of what's going on currently in the crypto space, to understand like why people are doing this, to understand the technology behind so and so, and why this particular project is being adopted by this company. So they're kind of just being transparent with what's going on in the crypto to their investors. So it's up to the investors whether they want to invest into these projects, but I think Visa's doing a good job.
You can definitely have an opinion on Visa's viewpoint, but because we can't say yay or nay to this, we can say, hey, we think this is cool. Maybe you could check it out and make up your own mind.
It's cool. Visa further said its crypto-centric consultancy will help pilot new projects such as crypto reward programs and consumer wallets integrated with CBDCs. The credit card behemoth also announced the result of a new global survey, which found that about 1/3 of more than 6,000 respondents already owned or used cryptocurrencies, either as an investment vehicle or as a medium of exchange. Globally, almost 40% of crypto owners said they would be eager to switch from their current bank to the one that offers crypto-related products in the next 12 months. Crypto represents a technological shift for money movements and digital ownership, said Terry Angelos, SVP and global head of fintech at Visa. As consumers change their approach to investing, where they bank, and their views of the future of money, every financial institution will need a crypto strategy. I thought that was the end. Visa, but it's not. But it's not. It sounded like the end, but it's not. Visa is no stranger to making headlines in the world of crypto. The company has teamed up with a slew of companies within the industry, including major exchanges FTX and Coinbase, to allow its clients to pay with cryptocurrencies at more than 70 million merchants globally, with over $1 billion spent using its crypto-linked card in the first half of 2021. Wow. On top of that, Visa is actively exploring NFTs and the opportunity they open. The payments company also bought a CryptoPunk NFT for 49.5 ETH, or the equivalent of approximately $165,000 in August, followed by the launch of the NFT-focused educational initiative in October. The latter was launched in partnership with NFT artist Micah Johnson and aims to help digital artists better understand what crypto and NFTs are all about. And that is the end. Okay, cool.
Yeah, and that is probably the end of this show because it's
Perfecto, senor. Yeah. All right. Cool. Let's go ahead and actually, I'll let you Do that part there. Your part. Your little.
That one part,
All
that
right,
one
that
thing
one.
that you do all the time at the beginning, the middle, and the end.
Yeah.
So we appreciate all of you who are listening and putting up with our antics and the craziness that is this show.
It's one of those days.
Yeah. Well, I mean, every day, right? We're a couple of crazy guys, aren't we? If you like this, then hit that that thumbs up button. And if you appreciate the content and would like to listen to some more of it or watch some more of it, you can subscribe and hit that notification bell so that we can you can hear us every Wednesday and Sunday, or watch us actually. Well, at least watch John on YouTube. You can check us out on Discord. There's a lot of stuff going on, particularly with C3 Media Token and other tokens we're doing, which will be released soon, particularly that little marketplace we're coming out with. Excited about that. You can also catch John on Twitter live spaces on a regular basis. Been doing a lot of stuff with Raven Coin as of late. We're also on Patreon with a lot of extra content. And you can get us, if you want to donate there, donate in crypto forms of Bitcoin, Ethereum, Binance, BAT, and also Raven, because we like Raven. All the links are in the description at the bottom of this video / audio / whatever you're watching it on.
Bottom. All right, Cryptonauts, thank y'all for listening all around the world. I appreciate you guys listening. Thumbs up, sub, and until next time, stack sats and HODL. Adios.